everyone, welcome back and thank you for watching. I was thinking about what videos to do for you guys and it occurred to me that I haven't done like a get to know me type video, so I figured I would do a Snapchat Q&A. I haven't been on Snapchat very long, but I know a lot of you are, and the more I do it, the more I enjoy it, and it's kind of just become part of my everyday life. So I asked you guys on Snapchat to, oh by the way, if you don't follow me on Snapchat, this is my username. Go ahead and follow me, add me, whatever it's called. So I asked you guys on Snapchat to send me your questions. Ask me pretty much anything. So let's go back to, let's start with this one.
Gold or silver? Only one.
I love how she says only one because she knows I would say both. Gold.
Hi Teni, I have a question about the sunscreen. Do you put sunscreen first and then moisturizer, or other way?
Good question. Your doggy is so cute. I definitely put on my moisturizer first. So when I wash my face in the morning with a gentle cleanser, then I'll put on the moisturizer, have breakfast, do whatever. And then when I'm ready to either step out or do my makeup and then step out, then I'll put the sunblock. So moisturizer first, let that sink in, and then sunblock. So that's what's on the surface protecting your skin. Okay. I just never know which ones are the videos and which ones, like, are they, there's purple, there's blue, there's red. I still don't know. Still getting the hang of this. Hold on, let's see. Okay, well this is text. I'm just gonna read it. Where do you see yourself at the end of 2016, or where would you like to be? I guess if I answer this, it might give away something that's happening in my life that I haven't told you guys. It's not engagement, don't worry, nothing big like that, but it has to do with my house, the house that I just bought. Yeah, there's something that I haven't told you guys about that house, but I'll share it with you very soon. I know that sounds really weird, but yeah, I'll share the details with you soon. It has to do with like some personal details of my life that, I don't know, some people have asked me about before and I didn't really want to talk about it, but I feel like now I'm in a place where I can talk about it without like falling apart. So yeah, we'll chat about that. I guess, where do I see myself at the end of 2016? Just in a place where I'm taking care of my family in a very comfortable way, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say right now.
Hi Teni, I hope you see this soon. So my question is, are you planning to do some vlogs in the near future?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked, because yes, I absolutely am planning to do vlogs. I think actually because of Snapchat, I am realizing how cool it is, first of all, to interact with you guys on a more just casual, laid back level, and I think that the feedback I'm getting is that you guys really like it. So actually the first vlog I'm going to start with is, because a lot of you liked my guest house tour, and you're asking for more like home stuff, I'm gonna do a really casual walkthrough of the house and what changes I made to it. Just again, really casual, just me and a camera walking around and just telling you about it, and then you get to see the inside of my house. I'll introduce you to my mom. So yeah, ooh, that was a little hint. That was a hint about the little secret I have.
What equipment do you use to film with?
Good question. A lot of people ask this. So I'm shooting on a Canon 5D Mark III. I've got a Kino light behind me. It's like arranged horizontally behind the camera. I've got a monitor here that shows me, that's why I keep looking here, just to make sure everything's going right. A monitor, because the 5D doesn't have like a flip out screen. And then like a Rode, my mic, I actually really don't like it, echoes too much, but I use a Rode mic, so if you guys have any suggestions for a better mic, I'm listening. All right, again, I don't know what the blue ones are, but oh. Hi Teni, I love your videos. Can you tell us what is your morning routine and night routine on your gorgeous skin? Thank you. This is from Louisa M33. Okay. Great question to ask right now, because my skin has been really irritated and breaking out pretty badly lately. and I went to get a facial from someone who's actually a friend of mine, like a friend of a friend, and she said, hey, why don't you come in for a facial? And when she was looking at my skin, I mentioned this on Snapchat actually, she said that I am over drying my skin with the exfoliants. I tell you guys all the time that I use a lot of acid products on my skin, and I guess that's irritating my skin and over drying it. So I guess my routine is sort of changing now. She's got me on a very mild cleanser, and she also gave me a reconstructive super moisturizing cream for my skin. So those are really the only two things other than my sunscreen that I'm using right now, just to get my skin back to a nice moisturized, hydrated place. I'll share all of these details with you guys in a new skincare video very soon, because I think the things that I'm learning from Fenya, my facialist or esthetician, is kind of eye-opening for me. I thought I was doing everything right, but I think that there's an adjustment coming into my skincare routine. All right, Sophia McFarland says, how many foster dogs have you had altogether? In total, probably over 30, because I've had like 1 or 2 fosters, like adult fosters at a time, but I've picked up litters of like 5 pit bull puppies or like 6 chihuahua puppies. That's happened, rarely of course, but I guess, yeah, in total, probably a little bit over 30, I would say. I've got one right now in my house with my own 2 dogs, so right now I have 3 dogs.
Hello, Teni. It's a vlog from Germany. I just want to ask you, when do you think it's appropriate to start with anti-aging skincare, at what age? So I love you.
I love you too. That was from Farah Riazi. I'm sorry, I totally butchered that. I think an appropriate time to start with anti-aging products is probably in your early 20s. She mentioned she's 21. Farah, probably a good time to start. You don't have to use anything intense, but maybe start with like an eye cream, something gentle, and also just using sunblock every day. That in itself is an anti-aging step for your skin. So yeah, I say early 20s is the perfect time to start with anti-aging products.
What would be your advice for being successful with vlogging?
That's from Tina Navarro. My advice for being successful with blogging is just, I always say these 2 words, being persistent and consistent. You always have to consistently put out good work. You can't, like even on YouTube, like I have such a hard time with my schedule putting out 1 video a week. Sometimes I fall behind, and that hurts me, that hurts my channel. So I think if you're working diligently to get out a lot of content, that's really the key, is getting a lot of good content out there, and just keep doing it. Don't expect super success just like 1 or 2 months into it. You're gonna have to work your way up. I was making no money and like had no relationships with anybody in the beginning when I started my blog. I mean, it does take time. So just be persistent. Don't think, oh man, I'm not growing, and get bummed out and stop doing it. And just make sure that you're putting out good, fresh content out there.
Hi Teni, I'm Tierney from the UK. What would you recommend is a must-do when visiting LA that's not a typical tourist thing?
What would I recommend a place to visit in LA that's not a typical touristy spot? Ooh. I think it's kind of a drive from LA, but it's still considered part of LA. I am such a fan of Malibu Beach. It's just a place that I've always gone just as a kid growing up in LA. I would hop on the 101, drive out right when I got my driver's license. That was like the cool beach to go to. So Malibu, I think, is a must visit spot, especially if you come from a place that doesn't have beaches. Just driving along PCH and seeing that beautiful ocean. There's great restaurants in Malibu. I love Moonshadows is fun, Duke's is fun, Nobu is out there. I am just a huge fan of Malibu, and if you visit LA and want to go somewhere kind of quiet that not a lot of people go to as tourists, I say definitely visit Malibu. There's also the Getty Villa right before Malibu. It's kind of in the Santa Monica area. It's a really cool museum. I'm sorry, I'm such a geek. I like recommending a museum. I just love it. I think it's really, really a neat experience.
Wish you the best. Hope you will continue to do that for a long, long time. And yeah, love.
Okay, I think I accidentally played her last snap first. So let me try playing the first one.
Know what is your favorite finish at Crown? Is it matte finish or the glassy finish on your leg? Des bisous.
Wait, there's more.
I would like to add something.
cute. Thank you. I love you too. I guess for the lips, my favorite, I think, has to be a classic glossy lip, just like this. I love matte lip colors and I love playing with them. I love wearing them, but I don't know, I just kind of feel like with a matte lip, you always have to have more makeup done. So with a glossy lip, it's always easier to just have just mascara on and like a little bit of lip gloss and just that, yeah.
Hi Tani, this is Leonise from Massachusetts, and my question is, what advice would you give to someone who is looking to change their career completely?
Ooh. My advice would be, if you think you want to change your career, it's going to be difficult, that's for sure, but you have to have all the courage in the world. So be fearless, be totally fearless, because it's going to be a transitional time in your life and that's never easy. So even if in the beginning it seems like you're scared or if it feels so different that you're regretting it, don't. If you feel in your heart that you need to make a change and you need to do something different with your life, do it and commit fully, like 100%, and everything's gonna be fine. I always say this about anything in life. You can't just dip your toes in the water and be scared, like, oh, maybe I'll do this. No, just dive in and just give your all to it and everything's gonna be good. Right, I think this is a photo. Can you please do my makeup for prom? It's funny because I get inquiries all the time about doing people's makeup, and I've never been a makeup artist, so I truly would not know the first thing about, you know, doing, it would probably take me forever because I just don't really know how to do other people's makeup. What is your favorite accessory, a must-have? That's also hard. A good watch. I really like a good watch. It doesn't have to be like a super expensive watch. It could be, but even like a less expensive watch, like the Cluse watch that I wear, I love that, and that's like $60. It's got a big face. I like big faces and like the big bezel. But yeah, I like watches a lot.
How do you stay positive with everything that goes around your life? How are you so happy every time?
Very good question. This is also another reason I want to like vlog a little more and get a little more personal, is because I'm really not happy all the time. I have noticed that that's the vibe that people get from my videos. I guess, I don't know, I just haven't maybe shared enough of my life for you guys to know that much about me. That's my fault, but I do stay positive no matter what. I mean, even the bad things that have happened in my life, I don't let them tear me down and just, I mean, obviously you're a human being, you're gonna crumble and like succumb to that sadness and that anger probably, which I have, but I always make it a point to pull myself out of that hole and find that joy again. You just have to remember that there are joyful things in life, even if it doesn't seem like it. You know, a lot of times when bad things happen, man, when it rains it pours, a lot of bad things happen. So you always have to remember, if you're like rock bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. So just reinforcing those thoughts really helps me to stay positive. This is making me really nervous, you guys. I'm so bad at answering personal questions. I need to get more comfortable with this. Hi, my fave. Please, can you say happy birthday to my little sister? She loves you so much. Her name is Selma. Happy birthday, Selma! Okay, got another photo. Advice when you're struggling financially. I have been there. Yes, I have. And it's not fun. Struggling financially, because that's the thing that makes you, you know, able to accomplish day-to-day things like paying like for the roof over your head and the vehicle that gets you to work and back. It can be really tough and it can be such a downer. I mean, some of the most low points in my life have been because I didn't know how I was gonna make a payment. I was like a negative balance in my checking account. Oh my God, I remember those days and it's just awful. But again, for me, my advice would be to pray. I mean, I can't say that it's for everybody. You know, maybe that's not your belief and that's okay, but for me, that's what did it. Like, I always relied on God and He always made it happen. So I'm like, oh my God. Well, this was supposed to be a fun Snapchat Q&A, but I know sometimes when you think about like times in your life when you've struggled and things haven't been good, not a good feeling. But I just want you to know that if you are going through that, you're not alone. Trust me, like, you're definitely not alone. I'm sure so many of you have been through that, and I've been through that too. And if you are going through that, like, I just want to give you a big hug and let you know that it's not always going to be like that, you know. Things are going to get better. You just need to keep up your, like, keep up the positive thoughts, and just, it's up to you. Like, you have to have a positive outlook no matter what. Like, even have that moment when you fall apart, but just make sure you pick yourself back up, and just remember that, you know, you need to go on. Like, you, no matter what, need to go on. Think of all the things people go through in life, all the awful things. You know, I've been through stuff, you've been through stuff. We may hear a story about someone who's been through just 100 times worse than us. So, like, you have to just remember that, and remember this is life. Remember that we're humans and we're gonna experience these things. Just keep going. Like, elbow your way through if you have to. Just keep yourself up and keep smiling, because there's always a reason to smile. Great, now my nose is red. All right, so Stacy112886 asks, what is your usual workout routine? Now, a lot of you know that I was trying to put on weight just about, actually, almost exactly a year ago is when I started working with my trainer, who has me weight training only. She will not let me do any cardio. She's like, I do not want you to burn any calories. All I do is, obviously, weight training will burn calories too, but not like cardio. But I'm just lifting heavy weights. My trainer, she's awesome. I actually want to do a video with her for you guys. She's a power lifter, so she knows all the proper ways to lift heavy weights so that you put on mass. And I've put on about 9 pounds. I'm really happy about it. And I don't know, I feel like I look better and I feel a lot better, especially like when I can carry heavy things. I feel so good. I don't know why that makes me feel good.
You ever had anxiety? And if you have, how have you dealt with it?
I've had anxiety since as long as I can remember. I remember one time, like, my parents never got me medication for it, but one time I had such a bad panic attack. Like, I was white, I was shaking, I was restless, my heart was racing, I didn't know what to do. And that one time my parents were like, let's give her like half a Xanax. I like had to have it at that moment. But I have had like a few crazy panic attacks in my life where like my fingertips get tingly and I'm like very restless, my heart's racing. I can only breathe really in a very shallow way. Anxiety is tough because I've pretty much learned that anxiety is not something that you can get rid of. Anxiety is something that you learn to live with and manage in a healthy way. And if you have anxiety, I would not wish anxiety on my worst enemy. It's just one of the worst feelings in the world. And I deal with it pretty much on a daily basis to the point where it almost feels normal, which kind of sucks. But again, it's the kind of thing like, if you meditate, that helps. Even if you just take 10 minutes a day to just do deep breathing and just clear your mind, that helps. But breathe. If you ever focus on your breathing, if you have anxiety, you might actually do this. Focus on your breathing and see if you're breathing shallow. You probably are. So just really focus on consciously taking deep breaths. That alone will definitely help you tremendously.
Hi Teni, I was wondering if you could share your favorite memory of being in a sorority.
Oh man, my favorite memory. Ooh, that's tough. There were a lot of fun times at my sorority. I guess my favorite would be when we were actually rushing sororities. You know, I didn't know what college life was like. I lived in this bubble in Glendale with my parents, like, you know, for the longest time. And being in a sorority, it was like rushing a sorority was like what you expect to see in like movies and TV. It didn't seem real. I was like, really, people do this? But basically rushing a sorority, you go to each house and you basically interview each other. Like, do they want you and do you want them, kind of thing. So I remember just that process, everyone dressed really nicely. Just like, I don't know, everyone looked so beautiful and the house was all done up. They had like lemonade and cookies and stuff like that. So I think my best experience was probably Rush. Rush is like I think a very cool experience because you get to see every house too. And I knew exactly which one I wanted to go to. Pi Beta Phi. Like, that was like immediately when I saw it and I saw the girls, I knew that's the house that I wanted to go to.
What is one thing you enjoy By the way, I love you.
I love you too. Free time, what do I love to do? To be very honest, you guys, I just like being with my dogs. Like just being in my house and being with my dogs. I'm just a very antisocial person like that. Just nothing brings me more peace than to just like sit there and like pet my dog.
Hi Teni, I'm Bianca, and I was wondering if you've ever thought about having kids in the future. By the way, I love you.
Love you too, Bianca. Yes, I definitely have thought about having kids. I know that I'm not ready for them anytime soon, but I also know that I'm 31 years old. But I can't force something that I know isn't right for me right now. So I would like to. I definitely would like to, but who knows? Maybe that's not even in the cards for me. I don't know that yet. But I would like to. Yeah, definitely. And then if I could always adopt too. So yeah, I think I would be a good mom. I hope.
To know that you are like my favorite makeup guru. I love you. You're amazing. You're beautiful. Yeah.
You guys are so sweet. Thank you.
Hey Teni, my question for you is, what is your favorite food?
Oh, favorite food. That's a hard one too. I really like Indian food. I'm a huge fan of Indian food. I also like Italian food. That's hard. Yeah, Indian and Italian. Those are my two favorites.
Teni, so when you finish your like whole home decor and you're moved in and stuff, can you make a video? Because I moved into my apartment and I need some inspiration, girl.
Yes, definitely. So like I said, I'm gonna do a casual vlog. I'll just walk you through and you guys will see the entire inside of my house. I hope you like it. I hope you like what I did with it.
By the way, your makeup is popping, girl.
There's so many questions. Okay, I actually have to go. I gotta be somewhere, but I am so thankful that you guys would take the time to send me questions and that you give a crap about anything in my life. So thank you for your questions. I appreciate it so much. And if I did not get to your question, I will definitely do another one of these. This was really actually fun for me. It's kind of nice to talk a little bit more about myself, and I think I'm slowly getting more comfortable with it. So yeah, thank you. And again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.